What's going on, guys? This week we're going to be taking a look at the Dream Guitar Box and Animation Throwdown. First up, we're going to be taking a look at the legendary power combo card Dream Guitar. So as far as power combo cards go, I'm going to be honest with you guys, I am not the biggest fan of this one. While it's true it does have a really good attack stat at 18, its HP at 48 is on the lower end, which makes it kind of garbage in my opinion. When I'm looking for a pre-combo card, I'm looking for ones that I can run defensively that'll be good buffers. It's going to be actual combos that you make that win matches, not pre-combos. So I'm looking for more longevity in my pre-combos, and this card is fallen very short of that with that 48 HP. It does have some really good skills though, so while it's not the greatest card, it's not complete trash. Skill-wise, you do have the 9 Motivate, which is good to help you kind of buff up your flank cards. You can use this pre-combo as a support card to support your actual combos that you'll be making. It does also have 12 punch and 14 gas, so for whatever time it is on the field, it will be doing some heavy damage, but with the 48 HP, it's not going to be around for too long. So that being said, I don't really see much use of this card besides in an attack deck, maybe during the music bonus. And then also you might have some really good success running this on a King of the Hill Siege Island because of those skills. Because with that extra bit of like health buff and attack buff from the Siege Islands, then it's usable. Outside of that though, I don't really like this card too much. So if I was basing the rating of the box on the pre-combo card alone, I would be giving this box a low score because of that. But we're grading this on the other cards as well. So before we jump into the rating, let's take a look at the items in the box. So the first legendary item in this box is the new music card, Golden Fiddle. This is the hardest hitting of the new music items that they just added in. It's going to be your attack item. It also has 18 attack, which is, you notice, is the same as the legendary pre-combo stat-wise. So this is the item that has that same attack stat as a pre-combo. So that's really good attack stat there. The 38 HP though is way too low to run in defense, so I would not recommend running this card on defense unless you wanted to get shattered into a million easy pieces. While it's true it will be shielded from the BGE buff of music right now, which will put its HP a little bit higher than the 38 there in the 40 range, it can still be one-shot by a really good combo or card, so I would be hesitant to run this in a defense deck. That being said though, offensively, you're great, because on top of that 18 attack, you got that 11 jab there to help you break through the music shields going on right now for the bonus, and also any sturdy wall shields as well. You also do have that 10 cheer on it, which does go to friendly musical cards, so you can buff your card line if you're running an all-music deck. And then the 9 payback is nice because while that's usually a defensive skill, while the music bonus is going on, the 9 payback can burn your opponent's shields on their card when they attack this one. So at least when you get to your next turn, shields will be burnt. The one drawback though is since you do have the jab, that's kind of like a useless trade-off there because you wouldn't really need to burn the shields, but hey, it's something. If you look at this card honestly though, it's almost more or less a copy-paste of Turning Jeff from the older music cards. The only real difference is the stats of the attack and HP are a little bit off. They changed it by a couple numbers there each way, and also I believe Turning Jeff doesn't have the payback skill, but it did have the cheer and the jab, so more or less it's almost a carbon copy of that card. The next item in the box is one we covered in last week's review, Earl's Guitars. This is the new music item that is honestly the best defensive item to run for music. It's got an amazing HP stat at 58, and it does have 9 Sturdy and 9 Bodyguard, which are both phenomenal defensive skills. So this is going to be your defensive item if you don't want your cards to be one-shot and give the AI a chance to combo combos against your opponents. The 8 attack is nothing special though, so while you can run this on offense, if you do need some items, there are harder hitting ones to make stronger combos. That being said though, because of that high HP, you could run it successfully in offense as a buffer card. And the last legendary item in the box is Courtney's Dad. We've gone over this card in a previous review, but to recap on it, it's a pretty versatile card. While the 12 attack stat isn't anything special, it's not horrible either, and the 49 HP is close enough to that kind of 50 mark that I'm looking for in ideal defense cards, so you can run this card on defense pretty successfully, especially with its skills like Payback and Hijack. Those are both phenomenal defensive skills. The Hijack will keep your opponents from building Craze on you, which a lot of the hard-hitting music combos have Craze, so this is a good counter to that. And the 9 Payback is great to just cause some extra damage to them, and while the music bonus is going on, that 9 Payback is burning their shield, so that's also a plus. You do also have the 12 leech on this card, which helps keep it alive a bit longer. So it's a phenomenal card to run on defense, and you can run it on offense in an attack deck too, because its attack stat is not horrible. That's going to do it for all of the legendary items in the box. Now let's take a look at the characters. So the first legendary character in the box is Hank Hill, one of the best offensive characters you can have. He's right up on there with Fry. You can make some amazing combos with him in quite a few different battleground effects. So you definitely want to have a couple copies on Hank that are quad fused on you if you can. His stats do lean more towards offense. 36 HP is really low, so I would not run a Hank in a defense deck unless you want to give your opponent a free one-shot on you. Skill-wise though, he does have some really nice skills. The 10 boost and 10 recover are great, because if you are in control of your own card line there, if you don't combo Hank right away, but if you set this up just right by comboing something else, you can increase Hank's attack and health by 10 each time. So you can easily keep buffing Hank base by himself if you play strategically with him. The Cheer All 4 is also really good, however that does only go to King of the Hill cards, so outside of a full King of the Hill deck, you're not going to see much use of that, so that's pretty much going to be limited to mostly Siege for a King of the Hill island. And the other legendary character in the box is Bill Dotrieve. So this is, both characters in this box are King of the Hill, so this is not a bad box to dip into if you're trying to build a King of the Hill siege deck for some characters. That being said, Bill is another great one to run for offense for characters, as his attack at 17 is one of the highest out there for characters for base attack. His health, on the other hand, at 37 is on the lower end, so I would not recommend running him on defense too often. You can maybe get away with one, maybe two tops, because he does have some devastating combos that could turn the tides of matches, but it is definitely very high risk, high reward for that. That being said, looping back around to what I was saying for Siege, his skill right there for the first one is 10 shield to a friendly King of the Hill card, so that will come in clutch on a King of the Hill siege island to help kind of either protect your defensive line if you're defending the island, or even if you're attacking, you can protect your offensive line to get more damage done on the field. Speaking of doing more damage on the field, you also got that 7 bomb skill there to be bombing the adjacent card, so that's also even more damage you'll be causing. And on top of all of that, if you choose not to combo Bill right away and play it strategically with good flank cards, it does have that 5 craze to build his attack even higher turn over turn. That's it for the legendary characters in the box. Now let's take a look at the epic pre-combos. First up is the new Fart School Luis epic pre-combo here. This pre-combo actually is pretty good to run on defense during Rumble. If you look at its stats, the 11 attack is horrible, but the 50 HP is great. That's right there in the sweet zone for epic pre-combos that you would want to be holding on to for your defense deck. So this is one I would not recycle if you can get the quad fuse of it, because those are some pretty good defensive stats, especially during the current music bonus where all the music cards get a 20% buff of shields added to them. 20% shield on that 50 is nothing to scoff at. Looping into the skills here, you do have 7 Motivate, 2 music cards, so if you're running an all-music deck, it's a great support card, especially on that defensive line to cause more damage. And speaking of doing more damage, you got that 11 gas there, which is great because that's going to just be burning through their health, causing some nightmares for your opponents. And you have that 9 boost, so while her 11 attack starting out is kind of crappy, if the AI does combo cards down your line, it's going to boost this card's attack way up there, so it'll start causing some major damage against your opponents. So as far as epic pre-combos go, this is one of the ones you're going to want to hold onto and not recycle if you can get some quad fuses of it, as it does work great on defense. In comparison, the other epic pre-combo, Drum Solo Quagmire, is just garbage. His attack is nothing special, his HP is nothing special, and even his skills aren't that great. The 8 boost, yeah, you could technically make his attack higher each turn if you combo other cards, but with 41 HP, this card's not going to be living that long to begin with. Even with its added shields for the music bonus, it's not that much. It can drop fairly quickly from a good deck. The Cheer All 3 is nice for supporting your entire card line, but keep in mind that's only 3 extra attack. It's nothing game-changing. Same thing for the 6 bombs. Bombs are nice to do extra damage, but it's only 6 bombs. It's not that much, and this card just isn't going to be around that long with 41 HP. I cannot stress enough how bad this card is, so no matter how many copies of this card you get, my best advice to you is just burn it for the watts. So my final thoughts on this box. The legendary pre-combo Dream Guitar is nothing really that special. It'll work great if you're going to be going on a King of the Hill Siege Island, and it can work offensively for you in an attack deck during the music bonus, but once music is over, it's going to be more or less useless unless you're using it in Siege, and it has no use in a defense deck unless you just want to be giving your opponents some pretty easy one-shots. As for the items, you have quite a few items in here. The new Golden Fiddle is great for offense, but it's not going to do any good on defense. The Earl's Guitars and Courtney's Dad, though, both work great on defense, and Courtney's Dad can be leveraged offensively as well. So if you're looking for music items to build a music deck, this isn't a bad box to dip into for the items alone. As for the characters, both are King of the Hill, and both are actually pretty good characters to have multiple quad fuse copies of. So if you're looking for either of those characters, not a bad way to go. Especially, like I said, if you're trying to build a King of the Hill Siege deck, this is actually a really good deck, or a really good box to do that with. Between the pre-combo and the two characters, you'll be able to put together a pretty good King of the Hill Siege deck there. Looking at the epic pre-combos again, Fart School Louise is top tier. Definitely hold on to her if you can get some quad fuses for defense, but burn those drum solo Quagmires. So taking all of this into account for the pros and cons, this box definitely has some uses for it. They're very specific uses that you have to be looking for if you want it. However, if you're just trying to look for an overall good box to have everything being great, this probably isn't the box and you should probably hold off. So all in all, taking that all into account, it's a pretty average box. I'd give it a 3 out of 5 Golden Turd rating. And also, really quick, I wanted to take a moment just to mention one thing. I've been getting some feedback from a couple people asking to see my box pulls, and don't worry guys, if I am doing box pulls, I will show them in the box reviews. The reason you haven't seen any is because I have not been pulling any of these boxes. So far, for the current BGs, I have a really good deck. I don't need any more of the cards, so I'm saving my gems for a box I would want to dip them into, as I'm not actively spending in the game right now, so I just want to hold on to my gems for something I feel is really worth my gems. So hang in there. If I start doing some polls, trust me, I will show them. Anyways, thanks so much for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please be sure to click that like button. And if you're new to the channel or haven't already, be sure to subscribe. And be sure to click that little bell icon next to the subscribe button so you get notified of new uploads as soon as they go live. Thanks again, guys. Peace.